and hemp, hemp.
Hemp, hemp,
Hooray! Right here.
Right now it is
We're live.
Hi.
Top of the day.
We're so live in San Francisco with Dennis Perone, Richard Eastman, it's true, and friends.
Woo!
Can we get a hemp, hemp?
Hemp, hemp, hooray!
For you, all of you tuning in live right now, and those of you tuning in later, and always our one faithful viewer, the NSA. Give it up to your NSA handlers, everybody.
Fuck the police! Must be you.
It's free speech and it's so live, we can't control what some of these wild, and you know I don't like to use the word crazy, but wild and crazy activists like to do, because the first thing is they call you crazy, or that's the second thing.
First, right. First they ignore you, then they attack you, then you win. Then they
Dr. Mesmer on Twitter, follow that. We have some amazing people. You're not on Twitter, but you're on Instagram at...
That last one didn't.
At Dennis Perone. We know, and we'll tweet it. And do you want to announce yourself or remain anonymous? So we respect your right to remain anonymous. I'm Melissa White Chocolate Ballin, and you already know I'm not anonymous. We've got Seeksta in the building, the Empress of Hemp, Richard W. Eastman. Do you know your Twitter, Jeff Clark?
No.
Tweet, hashtag Jeff Clark, and doing social media. But you're going to hear more and more from the Real Ganja Queen, and on Twitter,
Real Ganja Queen.
Real Ganja Queen. I'm at Melissa Ballin. Tweet that hashtag Prohibition is a lemon. We have prizes in store and excerpts being read from Jack Herer's Emperor Wears No Clothes. If you're watching right now at high noon on March 31st, 2015, then you're watching live on ustream.tv/channel/JackHererHemp, or you're watching on CannabisCafeTV.com, or maybe even you found the Lost Village. We're going to talk more about that. We're going to have more with Patrick Moore, and reading excerpts, tweeting lemon Instagrams to Congress, and letting you know through various hashtags that marijuana is not a crime. It's a tweet-a-thon, it's a telethon, and a share-a-thon, but believe it or not, we don't want your money because your resources are worth more than your money. We want your tweets and we want your shares, so share the hashtags we have. All right, I guess we'll take them. Should we take their money? We'll tell you really awesome places where your donations could really make a difference, like No Kid Hungry and Parents for Pot, Marijuana Saves Lives, UF4A.org, and Dennis Perone's Cozy Castro Castle. There's places where the money goes directly to these cute little orphans.
With the money.
69 years young, I heard, next week. So there's lots of celebrations and tweets, and you can let some of your favorites know every hour on the hour. Prizes, education, medibles, musical guests, and we're so live
Hashtag.
that we put everybody to work. Brian Perone, our musical guest, live from the Cozy Castro Castle.
Cut down, scissor around, trimming marijuana. Cut down, scissor around, trimming pot away.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Cut down, scissor around, trimming marijuana. Cut down, scissor around, trimming pot away. Me and my friends gonna trim some marijuana.
Hemp, hemp.
Hooray!
Hooray! Richard Eastman, what's in store in the 420 hour?
Well, in 420, we're going to be discussing 20 years of cannabis buyers clubs with Dennis Perone, Richard Eastman, and friends. because it was about 21 years ago that I almost died from AIDS, and I crawled up them stairs on 1444 Market Street and ran into a guy that I met about 40 years prior named Dennis Perone again. And he asked me to open a pot shop in L.A., and I said, what's that? He said, don't worry about it. He sent a guy, and we opened the first L.A. Cannabis Buyers Club in 1995. So this year we're celebrating the 20th anniversary of the Cannabis Buyers Clubs in San Francisco and Los Angeles, the first state in the nation to all use is medical marijuana initiatives that spread to 23 states, the District of Columbia, and 2 states that went haywire, Colorado and Washington, but that's okay because we smoke pot and we like it a lot.
We smoke pot and we like it a lot.
And as we said earlier, you're going to have to tune in from 4 to 5 to see what we're going to do, Dennis and I. We might talk about the adventures at the Hotel Normandy, or how him and Harvey Milk helped change history, and Sean Penn got the Oscar, and ultimately watch for the films coming in the future. Dennis Perone's, the San Francisco Buyers Clubs, produced by local celebrities here in San Francisco, and then Marijuana, the movie, starring Dennis Perone, Richard Eastman and Friends, produced by Richard Eastman in Los Angeles, with a well-known film director that I can't announce at the moment, but tune in at 4:20 for more information.
And it might not be Oliver Stone or Melissa Ballin. It
That's
might be
right.
somebody else. Marijuana is not a crime. And can you confirm or deny that every hour on the 10s, it's 7:10 somewhere?
Mandatory. 7:10. Who's up next? Batter's up. Dabber's up.
That's the hippie crack.
And this dab, actually, in this hour, is for Fukushima. Because wherever it's 7:10, Fukushima affects everyone. Jeff Clark, are you taking your dab? And Dennis, can you tell us a little bit about, for the Willie Nelson's Teapot Party, are there any pot-loving candidates that you will confirm or deny that you endorse or don't endorse?
I can't say any pot lovers. I'm sure there's some that smoke it. But no name. Marijuana is still no say. No see, no say. Everyone knows that. Can't say it. So it's still no say. No see. You know.
You heard it here first. Breaking news. At the table where some of the greatest revolutions of the 21st century, maybe the 18th century, and
Like
if you
our
believe
friend,
the
Jack.
rumors, even the 27th century, because Richard Eastman, can you confirm or deny any of the rumors that you might be an alien?
Well, the rumor is there is a place called Cannabis Planet, and I don't know if that was that TV show or whatever. And the rumor is Perone could be an alien too. We're all aliens, because when the asteroid hit the Earth many millennia ago, it wasn't monkeys swinging in the trees. We came out of the oceans and the ground and the forests, and ultimately we became this nation of idiots that tried to destroy Mother Nature and put handcuffs on a plant. And ultimately, when I was a hippie here in San Francisco in 1965 and 66 and 67 and 68 and 69, when I did the leather for hair, this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. For some of you don't remember that, I wasn't always this guy that was in the South dressing movie stars and smoking a lot of weed. One time I grew up in San Francisco with Janis Joplin and the Grateful Dead, and I hung out with Peter Coyote, who ran the Free Store, and I ran the Soup Kitchen on Haight Street. And we were young teenagers, in love with a plant called Mary Jane. And that plant saved my life. And when I was dying with AIDS, and Jack, my friend Jack, sometimes I mispronounce his name, Jack the Emperor, God bless his soul. And Dennis, when I crawled up those stairs on Market Street, he looked at me with Cousin Vinny, who we'll talk about later in the 420 hour. How did you think I would be here 21 years later?
I think you're full of shit.
There he is. He's full of shit.
Full of shit. You'll be around.
Right, and I'm still here.
And here
full
we
of piss
are.
and shit.
So join us for the next 10-minute segment, Dabba Dabba Do, and lemon Instagrams to come.